we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't water what doesn't grow. Give up, let it go. But we fell apart just in time. You say at least it was worth the try. At least it was worth the try. At least it was worth the try. I drive from your place, miss your lips, but I hate the taste. No fun in this game. I will call our bluff, 'cause using bodies isn't good enough. Slow down, this ain't love. Well, we fell apart just in time. At least it was worth the try. At least it was worth the try.
Player number one. Game over.
If you're saying too much, maybe go find less. If you can't keep up, stay below, I guess. If I'm such a big deal, maybe you're too little. Ooh, ooh, it's tough and too much. I can see you're working really hard, out of breath, but you're still at the start, honey, please. You're breaking your own heart, shooting for the stars, shooting in the dark. I should have seen the signs. You could never look me in the eye. I put you in the sky. Oh, it's so like you to put me down, down, down. If you're saying too much, baby, go find less. If you can't keep up, stay below, I guess. If I'm such a big deal, maybe you're too little. Ooh, ooh, it's tough and too much for you, babe. Oh, baby, I am under pressure. Gather up, pretend to cinder.
I'm too much puffing up your chest. Where you going in that little red dress? Who you doing all that work for? Don't you wanna keep things private? You're so pretty when you're so quiet. Can't you do it how I like that? Say that, do that.
I should have seen the signs. You could never look me in the eye. I put you in the sky. Oh, it's so like you to put me down, down, down. If you're saying too much, baby, go find less. If you can't keep up, stay below, I guess. If I'm such a big deal, maybe you're too little. Ooh, ooh, it's tough and too much for you, babe. Oh, baby, I am on the...
Hello. Stop sharing. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Young one just walked in. Timing is always of... He's yelling at the dog now. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay? I'm using a headset mic because I've yet to move my desk around where it needs to go. Hey, Chris, babe. Hello, everyone. So my chat is going to be an open chat. I have a few managing mods that have been OGs, but they're in the background mostly. Usually you don't see them. They might pop in here and there. But yeah, so that means everyone's welcome to chat. This is going to probably not be that long because, frankly, I just don't have too much to say, but I have a lot to say at the same time. And I'm sure everyone's like, oh, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. And it's late, which kind of makes me feel a little more comfortable, like giving my opinion because on things and have been going on just because mainly I feel like passive aggressively, possibly there's an opinion that I might have something to do with some of the shit that's been going on. And I'm not saying anyone directly has called me out or implied anything, but I want to make it very clear. Well, Jen did say one thing about like people doing something to mention me and KK, I think a day or two ago. I didn't know necessarily what she was talking about. And then today she said that people were making her think, like AK, like Jules, thinking that it's like us. And I want to make it very clear that I am busy and everyone's busy. You know what I mean? YouTube is not my main goal anymore, nor is it my main focus. It's low on the totem pole, to be quite honest. But I feel like over the years, like I've built this horrible reputation, and yet I'm sitting back and not saying shit, or doing much, and I'm seeing everyone go to fucking shit. Everything is burning up in the trash can fire, and you know, I was talking to my best friend today, who is one of my managing mods, and on the outside watches this shit, but really thinks everyone is just insane. And I'm like, even on a good day where people aren't doxing each other's like houses and shit, um, or people's names or whatever the fuck it may be. Um, I'm not gonna say that I haven't gone too far in the past. I have, and that's where I'm saying, like, if you're making me sit here and say, what the fuck? That should say something to you. Okay. Like that should mean something. And I'm not saying like, and it shouldn't be a good thing. Like, oh yay, I'm out shitting Amesy Beloved on YouTube as far as my insanity levels. And I want to make it very clear that some people are. Some people really are. And this is not, and I'm sure that what I'm going to say at some point in this, in my opinions and some things, because I am going to give my opinions on some of the doxing, as I said, I'm sure that my opinions aren't going to make people happy. And I'm sure that other people are going to be like, yay, finally. It's not about that. And I want to make it clear it's not about that. I'm not joining any sort of army against anybody, and I'm not here to fight with anybody. If anything, if I fall out of being in people's chats, I'm probably just going to fall off completely. And as far as YouTube goes, probably pop up here or there like I am now. Um, I want to talk more conspiracy theories and TikToks, and I just don't have the time. That's really what I want to focus on. And most of that probably will be pre recorded, but I'm not going to do that where I'm like, this is what I'm going to do and then not do it. So, when it comes to certain things, I want to make it very clear that I am not pulling FOIAs. I am not showing FOIAs to anybody. I do not know where anyone lives as far as Jen goes. I do not know your address. I don't know what the fuck happened last night. And I want to make it very clear that as soon as I saw it happening, I took my hands off my keyboard and was like, oh shit, I ain't going to say nothing else. And I was like, bro. And you know what? And again, like I said, I'm probably gonna get it. Jules is probably gonna out me and give me my walk-in papers or whatever, and that's fine. Because like I said, I'm not here to please anyone, but I'm also not gonna be joining any like hate monger streams about her either, nor am I going to do any streams going back and forth with her. But I do think last night was fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm like, first of all, why you got pictures of the inside of her house? I don't care if it's from realtors.com or if you got found fucking Tinkerbell gave them to you. Like, bro, the fact that you just have them in itself was like ick. And then, it was all kinds of fucking crazy, man. It was girl interrupted, like eating the chicken, leaving the carcasses under the bed crazy. Okay. Like, honestly, and that's just my opinion as far as going too far. I've gone too far. I've been crazy. People call me out of my fucking name. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not calling anyone out, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not writing with that at the same time. And I want to make it very clear I'm not a part of that. Like, and I'm saying right now, I don't know where no one lives. I don't want to know where no one lives. I wouldn't want that done to me. And it has been done to me. That shit did get done to me like 2 years ago. Like, I heard like people in one of the discords were like passing around pictures of my apartment innards prior to me moving in, like the floor plans. And it was very unsettling. It makes you feel a certain fucking kind of way. So I kind of get where Clinton's coming from and where Jen's coming from. Like, it is way too fucking far, man. And, doxing anyone's name is too far. No one should be doxing anyone's sisters or people who, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it started out like just simple fighting and, back and forth and all of this shit. But it's come to a point now that, like, does anyone really know why they're fucking fighting? Because I, as an outsider who's not watching all the time, I don't know. Other than everyone just fucking hates each other. People be giving people's kids money. And at the same time, no, everyone's sitting here criticizing that. Like, you think that if any of our kids came into any sort of the community and were asking for help, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, the haters are going to be the first people to pop up and be like, here's $20 cash app. That's what this community is used to doing. I'm not saying that it was the best move on Sue's part, but I'm saying, like, I don't think it's fucking the same as, like, following her around for years, like, talking to her baby daddy's fucking new woman. Like, that's fucking creep too. So it's just like the pot calling the kettle black, and then, people out crazying Jen in a sense of just like, I'm sorry, but, like, it's, I had to take a step back today and be like, listening to Jen's live, I'm like, I bet she thinks I'm a part of this. I bet she thinks that I'm sending around all these FOIAs and shit. And listen, I'm not opposed to people pulling FOIAs if need be, but I don't think that they should be pulled on people just for the sake of doxing them or harassing them. And I want to make it very clear, because I said earlier, I think I was quietly watching Nick Romano's chat this morning, and then randomly Cletus said something about me, and I'm like, literally, I just clicked in here. And he's like, where's that AMZ girl? And I'm like, and then Bambi said, I'm part of the B cult. And she was like, and I was like, shut up, Bambi, because I'm not a part of anything. I don't think there's necessarily a cult. I think there's a community, and I think there's friendships, but I don't necessarily feel that there's a cult. I was never brought into any fucking group meetings at the same time. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of, like, mod chats and group chats and shit like that. And if you guys don't notice, I'm not a mod over there. I'm not a part of that higher up class. So I feel like, frankly, I should be able to go where I want to go. But at the same time, I'm gonna make it clear, like, the main reason I've been around the Hive is because the Hive was filled with people that were friendly to me and they were willing to allow me to be around, because most of y'all don't. Like, so, and I have other communities I go into, but as far as this community is, and having a little bit of like, oh shit, and like, yeah, I've talked my fair share of shit about Jen and Jules' chat, I'm sure, yes. But for the fair amount of time for now, she has mostly not been mentioning me. And if she does, I usually don't know what the fuck she's talking about. As far as Jen, like, when she mentioned me and KK, I was like, I don't even know what she's talking about. And the fact that I don't know what she's talking about, I want to make it clear. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing what you think I'm doing, or what anyone's implying that I might be doing. I don't think anyone's implying that I'm doing anything like Jules. I don't think she's doing that. But if Jen's picking up some sort of vibe like that for wherever it's coming from in the ether, I'm not, nor do I even have the time for it. I don't have to. If I had time to pull FOIAs or any of that, I'd be covering the, like, North Carolina fires right now. Like, does anyone know that, like, North Carolina and South Carolina are just, like, burning down right now? Like, the news doesn't cover it like they did the LA fires. I think Oklahoma is burning down. It's like, telling you, man, like, people are seeing ships, like, huge ass ships in the middle of the fucking ocean. Like, people be looking at the sky and saying, like, oh, the aliens are coming. And, like, people seeing shit in the sky too. Like, times are weird, man. Okay. But I want to make it clear, when you look at this community from the outside looking in by anyone who's not from this community, we're all crazy. Everyone's crazy. Every single person. No one that's sitting on YouTube fighting with regular people that are just not people that you know in your real life. I mean, this is real life, but you know what I mean? You're not going to bump into this person in the grocery store. Heaven forbid. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Like, just bump into fucking, like, I don't know who would be, like, Deadly in the fucking, like, chip aisle. And you're like, oh, fuck. Like, just pretend like you don't know who that is. Like, that's what I do when I see people from high school or anything. Like, they like, don't make eye contact, they don't see you. Like, so with that being said, yeah, I want to make it clear I'm just not in any sort of war right now with anybody, and I don't want to ride for anybody like that. And that doesn't mean I want to fight with anybody either, for the most part. But I did warn Jules about Jim Terry. I sent her fair warning of what he was and who he was. And, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm pissed that she brought him around because it's her platform. That's when I said that, I meant that. And that's why, for argument's sake, I never rebelled against Jules. And I think why most people probably don't, even if they don't agree with her, is yeah, that's fine. You'll just watch. It's late. Most of the people that are going to have comments are probably going to be either asleep or watch tomorrow, which I'm fine with. Unless someone's been like blocking everybody. I don't think that's the case. That'd be crazy, right? I'm not even live. Like somehow only Chris is seeing this. Fucking somehow Nick too. I don't know. It's weird shit's happening on the YouTube. So I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on. What was I saying? Fuck. You distract me with the no comments thing. Line. Where was I, Chris? Fuck. Where was I? I don't remember. Now for a commercial break. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have anything to play. I don't have anything keyed up. I should probably. Oh yeah, Jim Terry. Yeah. So when I was in that chat earlier this morning at Nixon, I came in and said, "Shut up, Bambi." I also made a point because I was like literally like washing my face and doing my hair, and I was like, I can't type. So I like kept making like, that's why I'm just listening. I just clicked on a random channel and saw my name. Anyways, and so I'm like, for argument's sake, like I don't agree with like anyone calling anyone's parents. I don't agree with Jim Terry doing it. I don't agree with any of that shit. Like that was way too far in my opinion too. And if it was anyone else, people would not be supporting it. And that's all I can say about that. That guy is to take everything that he says with a grain of motherfucking salt, because like I said on that post, he got involved in the Dylan Rounds case back in 2022. Kid missing out of Utah. Farmer was like 19, went missing randomly. Only thing that was left behind was his farm and his boots next to like a sawmill pile or some shit like that. A pile of saw. And anyways, Jim Terry got hired, I guess, by the grandparents. And in Idaho, you don't need any sort of license to be a PI. Like I could go there and be a PI, like probably do a better job. And sorry, that's just my opinion. Long story short, he got it completely wrong. Okay, to the point where he's calling the kid gay and like whatever. His family was like, if he's gay, like that's not a reason to like run off and live in the mountains of Utah. Like we would have supported that. It made no sense, right? So if you didn't notice, if you want to go listen back, if you have a membership or if you have her Rumble or whatever, and you listen to Jim Terry talking about Bambi, he says two egregious things that don't add up. And this is like how you know he's full of shit. Number one, hi, Lisanne, what's up? Number one, he said that Bambi's birth father self-deleted when she was a baby. And if that's true, that's fucking disgusting to share. And I don't think you could even figure that out, to be honest. It's not like you could find medical records unless, okay, I call bullshit. And secondly, I don't know how much further later because I was just skimming through it. He says that she went out in her later years of her, formative years to California to meet up with her birth father. So how could she do both? And I call bullshit on both. So, and the funny fact is that the person that looked like Bambi that possibly could be her birth father, Bambi even said she has family out here, and I don't know, I don't care, none of my fucking business, but that person was from Arizona, and they recently passed away or something like that, and then Joel's the one that posted some shit about that. So, I don't know, and I don't care, and I think it's all just so much, and it just makes me wonder, like, what's going on, and I heard Lisa Ann was attacked. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry that you got attacked, Lisa Ann. It's hard to be a supporter of someone and get attacked for them because I don't think anyone blindly agrees with anyone, but I'm not going to go and call anyone out on their own platform. People can do what they want. all the warnings and all the things, they can have whoever they want on their fucking channel. They can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna sit here and point out all the hypocrisy in it. Do I see some hypocrisy? Yeah. Have I fucking yeah, yeah, I barely watched too, but I watched recently because there's not been many people going live, to be honest. And he random popped up. So I subscribed to your channel. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. He probably don't care. But, if I didn't beef with him so much and it was anyone else, I would probably like half of the shit he says is like funny and I agree with. And half of the shit I'm just like, I wish these people could just stop talking about each other. You know? It'll never happen and it'll flip and dip. It's like fucking Game of Thrones. Like people just throw the dice in the air and then people like fucking pick new sides. And it's been going that way since fucking probably the beginning of YouTube. I mean, look at the bigger YouTubers. They even have drama. There's drama channels dedicated to them. There's drama channels dedicated to the drama channels. There's people out there. Rich Lux be talking about Jeffree Star, and then people be talking about Rich Lux hanging out with Jeffree Star, and then there's a tier under them, and then there's a tier under them. And I mean, YouTube is not normal by any means, nor is any social media. So, yeah, I think like I don't know. I don't have an opinion or any other than that. That's my opinions on everything, and I think that minus fixating on Jules, even though she has been pulling back on that a little bit, and I will say this, and I'm not here to give anyone accolades or Jen shouldn't feel that anyone's opinion of what she does on the internet matters, to be quite frank, and that was always my opinion. Look, why do you care? And that's why I get mad, because I'm like, why do you fucking care? And then all these people are telling her I'm bad influence, and I'm like, I'm sitting here telling her to not fucking care and to ignore it. So y'all are wrong about that. But frankly, thank you for the stain wipe fucking video, because someone their kid's dad, AJ, got some on his pants over the weekend, and I was embarrassed. And I'm like, oh, Dollar Tree has these stain wipes, and they fucking worked. And I was like, you can thank Jen Bailey. She's the reason I knew that these existed. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Her Dollar Tree videos actually did something. Like, and that's the point. That's the point of them. That's why I've watched them in the past. When I used to watch Vivian does the Dollar Tree stuff, like, it's because you want to see. I don't have time to go fucking walk around Dollar Tree, Maria. I don't got time for that. If someone can point out what's trending right now, I'm going to go look for that. I don't see it. I'm going to leave and go to another one. Like, that's how I got my hand sanitizers. All right. And I'm about to run out of them. My last one's about, they're actually refillable, and you can buy the like liquid on like Amazon for like $20, like a big old gallon of it. So hack for your little like Dollar Tree. You can like refill them, and better scented too. So that's my plan, is to refill all of my containers. But, so I've got like Dollar Tree, like, like MacGyver Dollar Tree hacks. Ta-da, with Ainsley. How to be super ghetto while spending a bunch of money also. Anyways, because I can give you tips on that. Y'all see my plastic drawers, shit. That's for safety reasons. The only drawers in my house that look wood are from Temu, and they are not wood. They are not wood. They look like wood. The top is wood. Have a good night. I'm sure you'll check it out later for the replay if you want, but thanks for stopping by. Anyone and everyone is welcome. Dollar Tree aftershave ain't bad. As long as they keep it cool and respectful, I'm cool and respectful. So what was I saying? Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree. And then I was getting really frustrated earlier because when I was on lunch, I was watching her like fix her mic situation. I was like yelling at the screen. I was like, oh my God, I wish that I could like call her and give her help, but I can't. Because, that's the thing, is like, I think Jen is doing well with the friends that she has. And, I'm not trying to infiltrate her life. And people always act like I'm some bad influence. And it's like, I'm really not. Not anymore. Maybe I used to be, but maybe I've grown at 40 years old. Maybe all the training I've had in the last 2 months about like, I don't know, like courtesy and ethics and all this stuff that I've actually learned a little bit, having an actual job and career, like that I'm not currently in a career. Currently, I'm in a job, but my goal is to eventually not work in a call center and use my license for something more uh, like deep in the insurance business, like a back end, more or less. But that takes training and some more college that I need to finish. So, um, since back in November, I mean, I've talked some shit in Jules' chat, but other than that, and probably other people's chats, but you know, at the same time, like that's not going live, But it's not like people are in chat doxing, that's one thing. But for the most part, I've just been a chatter, a viewer per se, so it is what it is. That's just my opinion because I felt, and honestly, I could sit here and have opinions all day long about the C. Winberg shit, but that's not, no one cares what my opinion is on that. And I don't really have one. I just think it's all bad, all bad, all bad on both, on all ends. And it everyone should just walk away. Like I'm telling you right now, like I can't see anything good coming about everybody just continuing on this route. Some people are like seriously, like in my opinion, like kind of getting a little unhinged. And maybe it's because people are being pushed. I want to say firsthand, not excusing it, but all the bad shit I've ever said, all the fucking faux pas, all the microaggression racism or the straight out racism I've used, I was pushed to it. That's not an excuse, but I think everyone's pushed to their insane point where they break and do something that's like, whoa, and bully for you if you haven't, I that's all I can say. Bully for you if you haven't. Bully for you if you haven't gone too far, But I will say that I have said a lot of shit, but I have not done a lot of shit. I think I could count maybe on one hand and not even use all my fingers times I've gone real life with anybody. All right. That was straight up just hate. Okay. Like, and even those times I've apologized, calling Savage's job. I thought she called CPS on me. People, both parties that are fighting right now were calling and were convincing people that that's who had called CPS on me, Jen and Amber. Okay. I did not call. I wrote an email and I made it very clear that I wasn't trying to take no one's job. I just wanted to make sure that no one was using their position egregiously. And that was that. Do I think that was the best thing to do? No. Looking back, and like, I shouldn't have cared because I had no reason to fear CPS. But it was the first time I ever had CPS in my house. And I was fucking shook, man. Wasn't, so that's what I'm saying. When you do things that are not good, usually you're being pushed there. And everyone's been pushed to their breaking point in this community one way or another. 90-day community. Back when I was in the teen mom community, like everyone's been pushed to their breaking point. And so I'm not like calling anyone out. I'm just saying I ain't doing nothing of it. And I don't want a part of it. And for this point on, I'm just backing away. And I think everyone should do the same. They're not going to. Y'all gonna fight until you're probably all elderly people. Terry Time's gonna be haunting all of y'all. It's fucking a ghost. Or she'll probably be 90 in 20 years. She'll probably be 90 something, still ruling these streets. So fuck that. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. She's like my cat who is 20 and has outlived all the dogs and all the other, even all her children that we kept. We had 2 of her children. They passed before her. Her spouse ran off like halfway through the kitten's lives. It's just like, I can't take this. He was beautiful. I think someone stole him, to be honest. Actually, I know who stole him because he had a white cat. And I'm like, and then I was like, is that my white cat or is that your white cat? Anyways, since November, you haven't onions are opinions. Wait, what? As a person of color, every time I mention you or my fiance, the comments get deleted. Maybe I have fiance as a blocked word. That doesn't make sense. I would still see it on my end. That don't make sense. But I'll check my blocked words later, hon. Anyways, yeah, no one is talking. That's weird, but whatever. That's cool. I'm glad no one's chatting, actually. I didn't want to have to answer a bunch of questions from people or get yelled at in the chat. But yeah. So anyone have a song request? No, I'm kidding. I'm exhausted. I'm so fucking tired. I don't know how y'all find the time to do this for as many hours as you do. Even when I didn't have a job, I don't think I ever would lie. Well, I had some long lives back in 2021 around Terry Lynn, but it was never, ever Godspeed, seriously, like, if I'm sitting back here and I'm saying, "This is crazy," it's probably pretty fucking crazy. So, it's everyone needs to dial it back a little bit. Not everyone, but, maybe some of the, main key players need to dial it back a little bit. Because honestly, I don't think anybody's having family issues or anything. I think people just want to have an excuse not to be in chats and shit. And that's cool. I get that. I'm going to say it outright that I don't support it and I don't want to be blamed for it and I don't want a part of it. Jen, I'm not doxing you. If there is a video up that has anything to do with you on my channel, please comment on it or have one of your mods comment on it if you can't, and I'll delete it. I recently deleted 2 videos that had texts from Clint that were public, and I did not know they were public, by the way. I didn't even know they were on the channel still. And one was a video of you in the cemetery. I deleted that. And then one was me fighting with Clint back in 2020, and he was I put a filter on him. It was funny. So I just made that one members only because that had nothing to do with your your meltdown or drama or anything. Other than that, those are the only ones that I saw. So I purposely am not trying to put those up, and I deleted them. I didn't make them private because what had happened is when I took my channel down and then I put it back up, I just made all videos over a certain viewage, anything over 500 views, I made public again, not thinking that those, and trust me, those aren't the only videos that have been fuck. I'm slowly going through them all because there's quite a bit, and I don't care that much, but at the same time, if anyone does care, comment on them. I know there was a couple up from when I was fighting with Matt Byer back in 2020, and I was fuck, took those down quick. Some my kids made that were private. I'm damn it, how'd you guys get so many views on these damn shorts? Anyways, let's see here. I'm trying to see what song should we play? I love this song right now, so we're gonna listen to it, and then we out. I do want to come up with a friend in the next week and talk about the North Carolina fires. They've been had some boots on the ground. They recently lost their childhood home in the fires, and it's just crazy out there. And maybe they're talking about it on the East Coast and people out there know about it, but as far as us on the West Coast, the Southwest, South by Southwest, don't know shit. I don't know shit about it. So, and I watch a lot of stuff. I've seen a tiny bit of coverage on the TikTok lives that I watch, but very little, very little. And they basically say that they're blurring everything down to start these smart cities. And it's funny because John Wolfe was talking about that 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago, 2023. He was talking about smart cities and to watch out all these places are going to have catastrophes, and then they're going to rebuild these smart cities. And I don't know, it seems like it's happening, but maybe I'm just really into conspiracy theories. I don't know. That is what I want to talk about, but not now because I'm fucking exhausted. So maybe over the weekend, me and Chris will do a live like I planned last weekend. I can actually get some time. The kids have a cold right now, and they both went to bed early. Well, one's still up and walking around, but he's supposed to be in bed. He's in bed now. quiet. Pretty sure he's asleep. So I'm going to go check on him after we listen to Gracie Abrams, Benny Blanco, and Selena Gomez, because it's like my favorite song ever.